check too.
All right, boys and girls, why don't we get going? It's 4:30. This is the, I never know what the date is, February 10th meeting of the budget, the Waterboro Budget Committee. Tonight, we will be going over Todd's Recreation Department. So without any further ado, Todd, the ball is in your court.
Okay. First, I'd like to introduce Trish Raymond. She's my new part-time administrative assistant. And she also runs Frontage before and after care in the morning. Justine, who works for me full-time, was transferred out to customer service here. So I'd like to welcome Trish.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I guess we're just going to go line by line again. Is that how we're going to do it?
I would do it, yeah, just whatever you're
Okay.
comfortable with, the big changes, but
Yeah.
whatever works for you.
I guess just about the only change is line 4. Once again, I am asking for a full-time administrative assistant who also works Frontage and works at camp. 16 hours a week is just not doing it. We have all the programs we run and the paperwork for each program. For instance, our basketball program is now up to 23 teams, just to get the forms and everything ready for that and each player. We have open gym for the adults during the week. Lacrosse is up to, we have 4 teams now. We've added a first and second graders that has taken off. Field hockey program. We just opened up our camps. Day camp is already sold out, and team camp, I think, is about 70% full. Add some senior programs in and things like that, and I just need some help. And that's what I'm asking for. I think the revenue that we're bringing in covers the added expense. I know it's tough times, but if we want to continue having wait lists for all our programs and giving A1 programs, I need some help. There's times when I can't be there, vacations, and doing things, and being sick, and I need somebody who's not in the 16, 17-year-old to make sure I have somebody calling that can handle the problems that could arise. And that is the biggest one for line 4. My salary is the normal raise that's given out. The boat launch is the number here is a little less than we have on the sheet, but I talked to Matt earlier, we can definitely live with this number. We are having a real tough time getting people there at 4 a.m. We usually get kids working the boat launch. I did get a couple over 18 this year, but most of it's kids, and first of all, they have to be driven there, and no parent's gonna wake up at 3 in the morning to go down there, and not too many parents who drop their kid off at 4 a.m. in the dark to check boats by themselves. But other than that, 6 a.m. start, we are getting people, and we're doing it 7 days a week from like 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., so it's working out pretty good. And I already have people calling me about coming back this year, so I think it's going good down there. If you have any questions for Trish or for myself about adding her, I'll be glad to talk to you about it. Just some added info. We've been compared to Buxton a couple times in this meeting. Buxton has 4 full-time people, and I brought in more money than they did this year. It was very close, both right around 400,000, but they have 4 full-timers that are getting insurance and all the benefits. And right now, I just have myself. I did give you a paper. Our expected revenue this year is about somewhere in the range of $440,000. We're starting to take in the camp money right now, which will be giving us a big boost in the revenue. And right now, our year-to-date is $180,000. Any questions so far? I also gave you a revenue and expense paper. If you go to the second page, it shows what I was budgeted for. This was last year. The revenue I brought in, the return unused money, which was almost $9,000 that we gave back. And I also paid for Justine to work over here out of some money. So if you total it all, I came out with plus almost $18,000. So I think we paid for most of all the money we took in. And we also covered the money that was given out to the boat launch. So, there's no revenue from that, it's just my program's covering that money too. So,
When you're returning unused money, what's that?
well, if you give me $400,000 in my budget, I only spent $391, it goes back to the general fund.
So, okay, so that
Same as everything.
8,900 goes back, it's not
Same
carried
as-
forward, it goes just to the general
Right,
fund.
it goes back, it's not carried forward.
Okay.
So, if you have any questions about that salary line or anything, I'll be...
I just have one. I mean, there are two scenarios here. Your
Correct.
request and then the line, the finance committee recommending, or Matt, I'm assuming that's what you're recommending. And when I look at the total personnel services number, you're up, your request, of course, is more, 14% and change. Yours is 11%. Both those numbers seem, the 11% surprised me. Why is it that much higher when we're at the 3%? Are there added salaries in there that were not there the year before?
I'm not seeing the 3%. I'm not seeing the number you're talking about then.
5925.
I'm seeing 119,268.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Forget that. No. What I was talking about, I'm on the wrong line, so forget me totally.
No worries.
No, you're 3.6. I was,
We're still gonna count
I'm
that
coming-
as one.
I'm coming to the
that's
one
your
that I'm getting to
question
here.
now, so that's
but,
it.
no, you're 3.6. You're right, it's right on.
And Todd and I
Yours
have
is 12
had
and a
many
half.
conversations about this.
Yeah.
And we've gone back and forth. And one of our biggest hiccups is the same thing we rolled out to all department heads back at the beginning. It's about staffing. We were trying to maintain the levels we had
Right.
in current fiscal year. And looking at where we are. So that projected increase, that increase rate there that you see from the 119,268 to the 143,329 is only a portion of what.
It doesn't include the numbers you've got at the bottom.
That is correct,
Whatever
which is another
scenario
24,
works.
so it's 24,124. That has to be added in also. I don't argue the fact that there's programs and things cost
Sure.
money, I get
Yeah.
that. We talked about Buxton's program, how they're set up differently, maybe we need to look at that, I think we're at the 11th hour right now, to look at how they structure that. Obviously, I know we're applying our revenues to the budget, but I think, and I've told them, I said, we need to have outreach to the community, not just for daycare programs. I've heard that from a lot of people, that, we need to reach out to the bigger picture of people living in Waterboro, both
Right.
young and older and middle age and all of the above, and having those programs. And he said, well, it takes money to be able to do these programs. I said, I get that, but right now, all they're seeing is that, all I'm hearing from people is based on the funding, or the before and after school care program. So we've talked a lot about that. Anyhow, to keep in line with where we asked our department heads across the board, which we've held that with the wages. I can tell you there are several positions that we could use extra help in
Right.
across the town right now. We probably could easily find 3 or 4 more that I know we need help with today, and we're still not asking for that today.
Right.
We're batting that around. I just told Todd earlier, I said, just in between finance and HR, with what's going on there and the things we're learning today, that I'm not sure why they were never done before, and I realized they were doing them now. It's like,
Yeah.
this isn't, it's very time consuming, and they're backlogged. So, and that's my 2 cents. You know, I know Todd and I don't agree with that number, and don't sell it to you guys at this point, and see what you say.
No,
You know, but it's about a $50,000 change.
right, and there's no question that, I know that the need is there, I know you could use it. In my mind, it's more a question of timing. It may not be the best time for us to do it. But, having said that, I got some other stuff I want to ask, but I understand.
So,
So, that's not a problem.
So we're not seeing any over, so just to be clear, so you're looking for a part-time, to take a part-time position, there's no,
That's what he has now.
yeah, to a 40-hour position. So more than doubling the number of hours, and they would be taking things off your plate that you're doing?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
so the question will be, is it, and let's go back to, we had the conversation before, is this an assistant recreations director, or is this an administrative assistant?
Both.
So it's creating a new position.
Well, because before, that was,
It's always been there. It was just under this title. But I mean, she's there at 6 o'clock every morning doing furniture.
Yeah.
So, you know, that saves money, you know. I've worked mornings, you know, lately, saving some money, because it's gonna become close with the money we need. You know, we both work camp, you know. We do everything. It's just not, and I mean, but computer-wise, doing all the computer stuff and all the sheets and everything, she does all that also, yes. So it's a combination. And like I said, a big part of it is having somebody else of age and knowledge to handle a situation. I mean, whether it's a senior or a kid or somebody, you know, stuff happens and you need somebody to be able to talk to. A parent comes in or somebody comes in and there's a problem, they don't always want to talk to a 16-year-old.
Right, yeah.
You know? So, and, you know, I'm a taxpayer and I live in Waterboro, so, you know, and I know money's tight and tough. And I wouldn't be sitting here and just saying, you know, I like Trish, I just want to give her a full-time job just because she's a
But
great
how would
person.
that change, if we had a full-time position, how would that change what happens at the boat launch? I mean, are you gonna be at the boat launch more? Isn't that what
No.
we're talking about with the 16-year-olds?
No, but the 60-year-olds that watch kids, the 60-year-olds that work at camp,
Okay,
the 60, you know,
Majority of our staff.
Yeah.
is young.
but that doesn't put you in those positions, right?
No, but I work next to them if need be,
Todd
absolutely.
is there all the time. Todd is present all the time. I can attest for that.
So how many people do you have down at the boat launch under that 36-4? How many
I only have one
attendants?
person at a time, if that's what you're asking. Are you asking me that?
There's only one person on at a time, so they split the shift?
Right, I might have somebody from 6 to 12, and then 12 to 5, 7 days a
Okay,
week.
so you have two.
And they're adults, right, Todd?
Not necessarily. We have high school kids that do it, and I have adults that do it. We try to raise the money, if we could find some, I don't want to...
we tried it last year to increase the hourly wage to maybe attract some,
To attract.
because we were having challenges at the boat launch.
Yeah.
And we really weren't successful with most of the schedule, but
We're hoping to bring in somebody at 4 AM, maybe an adult, you know, who drives and things like that.
finding a 16 or 17-year-old that wants to work during the summertime at 4 o'clock in the morning isn't going to be possible. So we had some people volunteer to help, I say not to volunteer, but volunteer to step up to do the boat launch program, but then as the summer got closer, they had other work that came up, they got some jobs, because they were retired folks.
Right.
And they wanted to, they found something else that was a better opportunity.
Right.
I don't want to say better opportunity, just another opportunity presented and
Different
it took off.
opportunity, yeah.
But So that was our challenge, and he put some of the CBI grant money. So when we were, I think this past summer was a better on a staffing level than it was,
Yeah.
we struggled at first, and then we got kind of aligned and brought what we needed in, but
You know, we already have 2 of the people from last year called me and said they want to come back, so it's looking good again. But it is only one person at a time down there checking the boats.
And currently, we have worked very closely with Todd because Trish, what's your total number of hours right now, Trish, you're working?
31.
On an average, right? About 31.
Right.
So she works 16 hours in the administrative function, doing office work. And then the other hours, she's actually in the program for the
Funergy.
Funergy program. So she's over into that program too,
Yeah.
today. So, and that was one thing with line 6 that we looked at with Todd, and we said, okay, well, if that was the case and we're trying to shift these numbers, what do you need? Because obviously she's being paid out of line 6 right now, program payroll.
Yeah.
So if those numbers come out and go into the other line, are we able, because what is it, about 10 to 12 hours per week roughly out of program payroll?
Right.
Thereabouts. Just trying to make sure we're managing the numbers. And I said, if you have 4 kids, because I think you said it was 45 kids, whatever the number was. I said, if you're 5 kids less than that, where does that put us with the ratio? And I know that we looked at the number that Laura pulled up, or when we were looking at it. If you go to payroll document that Todd provided, which I don't know, Todd, you maybe can elaborate on this, but on Funergy, 39 weeks at 45 kids in the morning is requiring 3 staff at 15 hours a week. But then 39 weeks towards 60 afternoon hours requires 4 staff.
Just the reason is, in the morning, you might not get, towns can drop off anytime between 6 and 8:30. So you might get 5 at 6 o'clock and another 10 at 7 this. In the afternoon, they all come off a bus at the same time, so you're hit with the large number.
Yeah.
So that's why less staff. And by the time all the people are in the morning, I'm usually in the account as a staff member or anybody else in the building.
You'd be our 4th person in the morning, should we have.
More people.
Over,
Right.
over a lot, right. I'm in the building, so it counts.
What is the ratio of children to staff, for one
It's like
staff?
1 to 13.
1 to 13?
And how many at 5 o'clock at night, or at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Kids do you have in there still?
A lot.
Yeah.
So what's the progression of when it,
It really depends on time of year and what's going on, but, we could still have 20 or so, at 5 o'clock.
I mean, they're technically paying. Some parents stop and get groceries on the way,
Yeah.
Christmas shop, and sometimes,
I was just wondering
Yeah.
where that, and that's what I was asking him, is that something you could look at? Because obviously some of these dollars, if there's extra funding that's coming in from revenue that would be applied to other programs, if Todd want to start up, that gives money that he has available for that down the road, for revenue, for other recreational programs. But, and that's why I asked him, I said, okay, if you were, 2 kids, if you were 43 kids, does that put you, and I don't know that 1 to 13 ratio of where they are at each time of the day, so.
But I also, I think we went over and I showed you a paper that we're making, the money we're making by having those extra kids more than pays for the extra 3 hours in the afternoon by help, so.
And that was in the proposal that you submitted for the increase in the cost of the program, is that what you're talking about?
Well, having the extra person in the afternoon, you say cut back the kids, if we keep the kids, then it more than pays for the one extra help.
And you're proposing it goes to 150 per week, correct?
What's that?
You're proposing the program, Funergy, 44 children, it says 40, I'm looking at the other sheet here, it says 44 children at 150 a week.
Right, we're raising the price next year. Now everybody knows, yeah.
But that's the correct way of looking at it, right?
That's correct.
So my question is, if you're taking in more for Funergy, and it's covering the cost of the program, all your expenses, all your staff and everything, why is it coming to the taxpayer?
Why is what?
Why is it coming to the taxpayer?
It's essentially not, because we're applying for the budget revenue, on the revenue budget. So when we're applying the revenue budget, which,
His income's part of it.
we're showing that as the revenue that's coming into the program being applied back to it. So you're seeing it based on warrant article only. Because you're the one, so,
That's my
We're not giving
total
you money, we're just
argument.
allocating.
Everybody thinks I'm just getting $400,000 and nothing's coming back.
I
It's
don't
just
know.
about all
Yeah.
coming back, if not more. And it more than covers itself.
We're not being taxed.
so for Funergy this year,
It's-
our
it's in the
projected
budget.
budget for revenue for Funergy was $150,000.
If you look at your balance.
Try that again, Matt.
So our budget, our revenue budget that we put together last year, or for current fiscal year, I'm sorry, is $150,000 for the Funergy portion alone.
Okay.
And so,
It's 130, we had 130.
and as of, yeah, so right now was 113? So as of right now, is we've collected 113,000. So we will be over what we anticipated for revenue. So, no, the taxpayers aren't funding that. In some of our numbers, obviously, the revenue budget, we're conservative on those numbers, because if we're short, then we have bigger problems. But that's how we.
I've just heard so many people say, why are we in the daycare business?
And I hear the same,
And I don't have an answer for
And
them.
I've said the same thing to Todd. I said, Todd, this is how we need to market this program of what you're doing. And get out there in front of these, the public, we have to get out there and market the program. I mean, I know he wants me to come over, someone says, well, you just don't know what we're doing. I said, but I'm just one person out of 8,000 people. I know what you're doing over there, and we need to get this information to the public. And we just talked about this an hour ago. And one of the big things that Todd and I have talked about is, I've said to him, where are we going? I said, the building over there it's an older building, it's an old gym, what is the future? I said, because if the town opts to do any CIP projects at that building over there, you're gonna displace him and his program for 3, 6, 8 months, a year. You're not just gonna replace the floor overnight, it's got wood beams underneath the floor.
And there's no
That
other
building
place
is
to
not
put
going
the
to,
kids.
what's that?
And there's no other place to put the kids.
We just don't have a lot of resources in town for vacant space like that we can utilize. And so I said, that's what I told him, I said, what is our long-term plan? And then the other thing I said to him one day, I said, really, and I told Todd, I said, some of the programs, if he has to be vested in them every day, if that's the only program we're having, what is the succession plan for that program as a whole? That if something happens tomorrow to Todd, heaven forbid, how do we manage this? Long term.
Hopefully Trish will be there.
Well, right, but really, I think looking at this and saying, what is that program of making sure that we're positioning ourselves that we can continue to offer that, or what our long-term plan is? And, for any of the repairs over there. And that's one thing that Todd and I have gone back and forth on. He said, well, break out the cost. It's not as easy as just break out the cost and say, how much do you, if we go beyond that wall to say, Todd, this is all you, we're maintaining a lot of the facility out of general building maintenance for the most part. We don't put that into his budget dollars or his operation costs. Other than obviously he put the budget in for last year for the ceiling, for the floor. We fixed the floor. You might see that, but any of the capital stuff, we haven't got into that because we're talking significant dollars next door.
So, just to answer your question, the reason we have daycare is there's a huge need. And people came to me and said, we can't find daycare, we can't work, can you help us? And we changed Funergy. A lot of people don't know this, used to be 1 hour a week on Wednesday afternoons that a few kids could come in and run around. It was fun energy. And from that, parents said, hey, it was myself and a lady named Lisa. And they said, wow, you guys are great. And you know, older than most people helping out. Why don't you have a place for our kids to, before and after check? So it was a public need, and that's why we do
I think
it.
it's a great idea. We're providing a service to the citizens
Exactly.
that they need, and it's a reasonable price.
I don't argue with that for
Yeah.
what, you know, the people we hear back feedback, and I think that's,
Right.
as I told him, I said, how do we get out to say, we do more than this too, and on a small scale, you know, we tried those, the age-friendly luncheons, to get out there to say, hey,
Yeah.
we're doing something other than just this.
Mhm.
Just because the expectation is that it's recreation, not, you know, solely, like you said, when you hear that, I hear the same thing, and I've told Todd that. He says, well, have them come talk to me. They're not necessarily gonna come speak to you, Todd, and tell you
Right.
that.
No.
And we've had those candid conversations about that.
And about, you know, the building, well, if that's what you have, then you max out what you can do in it. And I do that, and I try to keep the cost down, you know, and that's why you know, I'm very conscious about where my revenues are and how much I spend. Because I'm a taxpayer here, I care about my job in the town. And if that's the building I have to work with, well, then I'm gonna do the best I can with it. I just don't think this is the time to ask the taxpayers for $25 million to put up a building. You know, I think, you know, if they're not happy about the daycare, I don't think they're gonna be happy when Todd asks for $25 million in the world we're in right now, unfortunately. So,
Is 44 children the maximum number that you can have in Funergy?
in that building, the way it is, that's really, you don't want more than that.
Okay.
Could I have more than that? I have a waiting list I could bring in.
That was my next question, if you had a
We have a waiting list already, 14 or more on it for the fall. And the spots, the people that are aging out are already full. Like, we could, you know, if we had the space,
Easily.
easily take more
And,
for such a need.
Daycare, we opened it January, right around the beginning of January for returning campers. And then February 3rd, I opened it up for the rest of the people, and it's sold out already. And now we're on a waiting list for that. But that's at the school, so
Yeah.
I'm able to take 100 and something kids, but, yeah. So I wish I had a nice, beautiful building, of course I do. But,
All right. I did have a couple of questions. Listen, do me a favor, Todd. Just go down through really 60 unclassified. Go down through those items for me and tell me what they are.
what do you look?
So I'm looking at 60, line 21, the unclassified section.
Oh, okay.
So starting
So you
with,
don't want to just go down and do like the other one?
yeah,
So-
go ahead. Go
Okay, I mean,
down
it's
through it.
it's basically the same as our program, program payroll. I think we all just discussed that. Travel, we dropped it to $500. That's reimbursement for travel things. I haven't charged the town in a year and a half. I don't want to use my car.
But you do use your car.
I do. And, You
I'm
know-
a broken record. I said last year, charge the town.
I understand that, but I don't want to use my warranty, and I don't want to use my car because if something happens, the town doesn't back me on it. If some drunk smashes my car while I'm trying to collect money or go to basketball or something, it's too bad. And if you know, would I use my car a little happier? Sure, if I knew the town was backing me with a flat tire or something, but it doesn't. So-
How many flat tires have you gotten?
None, but I don't, that's not the point.
I hear what you're saying, but I think, I don't think the town is not saying that we're not supporting you, or if something
He's worried about
happens.
the
that we would-
liability.
What's that?
He's worried about the liability.
Well, I get that, you know, but I think,
I didn't mean, you know, the town, you know, you just don't help me if something happens. I didn't say there's anything against the town or anything like that, it's just, you know, cars, you get a flat tire, you're supposed to, you ruin a tire, you're supposed to replace all four of them. You know, it's $1,200. You know? Do I still do it? Yeah, just between us, I still drive my car. But I don't charge the town, so this is my dedication. Training, the same as last year. We trained for camp and energy and things like that. That remained the same. Dues and subscriptions, that's ASCAP, Sam's Club, things like that. ASCAP's the big one, that's so we can have music in the park, the blues festival, and the concerts in the park and things like that. Office printer ink, we have a printer over there, we buy the ink. It's crazy expensive, but that's what the $1,000 is for. Building, that's just if we need something with the building, that's not a major thing, like the floors where if we need to fix something, we have $1,000 for that. Uniforms, shirt I'm wearing, a Trish, the staff gets shirts, all the camp staff get shirts with their names on it. I think it's important that, the kids can pick out a staff member quick. We all wear the same color shirts like on trips and stuff, and it has the names on it, so, they can, see who they're talking to, remember names. So that's basically the uniforms. And if we need, and every camper gets a bright green shirt, so when we go on trips, we can, and we wear pink, so we call us watermelons. But we were able to pick the kids up pretty quick. Utilities, I don't really have anything to do with that. That's paid over this side, so I don't even see a bill. Telephone, I get $80, and Trish gets $40, and the rest is, Dave puts in, I guess there's line charges for the phones over on our side. We had more in there. We used to have a third phone, and we don't use it anymore, so we took it out, so it's a little less. Now we'll go on to the unclassified advertising. We cut that down by, it was 5,000 at one point, we're down to 2,500. Everything sells out so quick and things, that we're using a lot less money with that, so. The Fun Town, I cut that down. That's Fun Town tickets, we buy the tickets and we make like $1 on each one. It's more of a service. And we used to get 100 and then we started getting 200 and that's just a lot of money, so other places sell it too. So I figure we'll just bring it back down to $100 and that way, that's why it was more important having the $5,000. Not using it than having another 100 tickets.
So that's not 200, that's 100 tickets?
That's 100 tickets.
Oh, it's 100?
yeah.
So it's 100 tickets, so you basically, you cut your supply in half.
Yes.
And that'll still,
They can get them other places, and it's more just a service, yes. And if we run out, I can always call other rec departments and tell them, hey, Buxton has them, if
you sell them out every year?
Basically, yeah. And if we don't, you can carry them over and sell them the next summer, so. We never get caught with them, we never lose the money on them. Program expenses, that's on the other sheet. And really, that's just, the last 2 years, it's all basically the same, we just believe we went up like 10%. The cost of food and everything's going up, and too much. We don't serve eggs over there, that's for sure. And, if you want to go over that, there's a column for program expense, but it's basically the sports equipment and the games and the books for camps and Prodigy and
So everything in the program expense line 24 that you've got here is listed on this sheet you gave us, this separate Under
program
the
expense,
program expenses.
line 24, yes.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
So do you buy like lacrosse sticks and field hockey sticks and things like that?
No, they buy the sticks themselves. I buy the balls and the nets so they can practice and have games. Yeah, the only equipment we have for rental is lacrosse. And that's because when we first started the program, the high school coach, myself, and the gentleman that runs the lacrosse program for me, we put in for a grant, and we got a $20,000 grant to start the program. And it went from there, it's doing great. And we're actually, a story was written up about us in Lacrosse Magazine back when we started it, because what a big success it turned into. So it was pretty cool. But we rent equipment. And the reason we do that is it's so expensive. It's like hockey almost. And, you know, you need the pads and all this, so kids get, go up so quick. So we have some of the stuff they can try, rent it from us. And if it works out, then they usually buy their own stuff and get into it. Any other questions about the program expense? Or should I keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going.
You're on a roll, Todd.
All right, toilets. We went up in toilets. Porta potties went up. And I just got the word today, there is now a new tax on porta potties of 5.5%. Believe it or not. So you're getting taxed to go to the bathroom.
State of Maine.
State of Maine.
So your number of units hasn't gone up, but
It has gone up. This doesn't even have that tax included. We should be okay with that number, but pickleball, we added a
Okay.
toilet out in our parking lot.
Yep.
And we're adding one at Friendship Park. to-
Why didn't
to
you
the-
tell me? So how many is it supposed to be?
It's there,
Oh, I thought you said it wasn't there.
Six, you have six.
you got 6 of them, right?
yes.
Oh, the tax,
Right,
okay.
because it was just, he just found out about it.
No, I know, I told him about it, but I thought you were saying
Todd,
there was.
Yeah,
will we be
just the
exempt
tax.
from that porta potty tax as a municipality?
I'm not sure, I just found out about it.
It just came in, the notice came in from
I-
A1 today, and
Yeah.
I told him about it. It's a state of Maine tax that they're, a 5.5% they're adding to porta potties.
I will find out what taxes. I just found out about it an hour ago, so I haven't had time to call him.
Wasn't there something, Matt, where you would pay like for a code or something, like you had to get a permit to put them in?
Do you want me to get the
You
notice?
still have to
They-
do
they
that?
put the booth
I
to
can get
that.
the
They did,
notice.
yes, okay, okay.
The last I heard, I think there was,
They don't need a
Dwayne was
permit.
talking about it at a meeting a few months ago about they were gonna put all sorts of requirements.
You
and you
needed a
couldn't-
Oh, with
permit.
porta
if
potties.
You
were
needed a
gonna
permit
have
if
porta
it
potties.
was there over 6 days or some
Yeah.
ridiculous number
You had to
like
pay a
that.
certain price or
Yeah.
something.
And I believe
Yeah.
that went away.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And incidentals, that include, it went up because that includes the extra $3,000 is for the luncheons and breakfast we have for the.
Which have been pretty successful.
We started off with what, 10 people, and we're close to 40
Yep.
Oh, nice.
people. We're at max capacity, and we've actually, was it Gary Fecto, right? Was it Lions Club?
Mhm.
So he's part of the Lions Club, and so we're trying to work on a partnership to be able to maybe have them down there at the Lions Club.
Oh, okay.
That would
As
be
opposed
nice.
to,
Because they have
it's
kids.
been the snowmobile.
We've been doing this, the Snowmobile Club.
Yeah.
And what were we doing? But every other month,
Every month,
was it every
We were
month?
doing every month for a
Yeah.
while, yeah.
It went well. So like I said, the first couple, we didn't have a lot, but we beat it up from there. It was good.
Do they still have speakers that come in and speak every once in a while?
We had the sheriff, the deputy sheriff came in. There's been, I think we've
You
had a
want to
couple
read
people,
it
but
out?
Yeah.
that's an idea though, good idea.
Yeah, different subjects.
Okay, Laura just gave me the February 1st, starting January, this is from, A1 sent it to you, but starting January 1st, 2025, the state of Maine has implemented a 5.5, quote, rental tax, end quote, on portable toilet rentals and roll-off container deliveries. So They're gonna bump your prices 5%.
I thought it was a March first.
Starting in March 1st, they will have a $10 increase on portable toilets and roll-off containers to keep up with rising costs. That has nothing to do with the tax.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
They're,
So that's a double whammy
But
then.
Yes.
it
Yeah.
will increase the tax.
they're
Exactly.
making hay while the sun shines, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
I think
All
we-
right.
I think we need to do some more research on that tax, though, to see whether or
Yeah,
not we
we
can.
might be
Yeah.
exempt. And, that's it.
Matt, you should have this.
What's that?
You should have this. The official facts that you guys got.
Oh, that's a copy, we can get, we'll get them.
I've got it scanned into my
Yeah.
computer.
All right.
It's not sales tax,
No.
No.
rent.
Well, it sounds almost like they dumped it into the sales tax.
It's almost, it's the same amount. It's almost like they're charging us sales tax.
Yes.
sorta.
Well, that's what they want to do with,
Yeah.
your streaming services and all the rest of it, so.
Well, they can find a way to tax it, they do. And that's it, we're at the end.
All right. Any other questions for Todd?
No.
Todd, is that amount okay with the $10 increase?
Yeah,
And-
we'll make it work.
Okay.
So Matt, when you said down in line 33, you said that question of 24,000 increase, did you pick any certain lines that you were estimating those from?
Line 35 and 39 and 41.
So those figures at the bottom were not added into this number at the top.
No.
Okay.
So that would be in addition to the line at the top.
And those are out of Department 15.
Okay.
I'm sorry, yeah, line 35 and 39 are Department 15. Sorry, line 35 is in 55, line 39. I'm sorry, what did I just say? The top line.
Line 7 is retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, so line 35 would come out of Department 15. Line 39 would be within his operating budget, and line 41 would be out of Department 15. Third time was a charm.
With help.
Holy cow.
So Trish, you said you're working about 31 hours now.
Yes.
Are you having any benefits now?
No, nothing. Just the accrued, I get accrued time. I don't know what that equals, you know.
So you're
for every-
part-time, so you have accrued
I
benefits.
do get accrued time off, you know, but
But no
nothing
medical
else.
or
No
dental
other
or
holidays
anything
or,
like that?
no,
Not health insurance.
no.
All right.
So then you actually have to add those into there. right? So the total budget would be what you proposed, 448.
Yeah, you'd have to add,
We'd have to add the 18,618, the 35,688, and the 1938, correct?
I just figured.
Well, no, out of Todd's budget, it's only 39.
Todd's budget 55?
Yeah.
So it'd be 35?
He said line
oh yeah,
35
those
comes out of
wouldn't go in
15.
those numbers. Those go in different,
So you would have to increase the budgets in the
To-
benefit lines,
And in insurance department.
in the insurance, yeah.
Mhm.
So really, all you're adding to his is just the 18,618, right? To Todd's budget.
You would be taking
If the other two.
The difference from the 143 to 119, 268.
Mhm.
329. I already had it down.
If you only have-
$24,061 gets added, would be added into line 5, column C. That column,
Where'd you
right.
get that number, Matt? Try to explain it to me
It's the
again.
difference between the request in column B
Mm-hmm.
at 143 to what's in C at 119. That difference is 24,061.
Even though line 35 and 41 are coming out of 15.
I don't understand what that has to do with. what
Wouldn't you
we're-
just be
That's
adding
the added
Consider it.
hours
That's the added hours?
to go to full-time.
without the benefits?
That's not
and all
included
that?
in Todd's number that he gave us?
That's in that,
The 143?
yes, so you take 143 and put that to where the 119 is, that's the difference you need to add in.
To make it the 143.
And that's just hours.
That's just
He's
the
just
hours.
telling you
So
how much it is.
we
Oh.
still have to add line
We still gotta add
35 and
line
line
35 to that
41.
number.
35 and 41 will go over. in-
request.
That's his request.
Yeah.
This is what you.
Yeah,
35
so we have
and
the difference.
41 will go over in.
Yeah.
So the difference
Where
of that
this
is
is
24,000,
55,
add
it'll go over to
24,000
15 where the
is the same.
benefit line.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
So really-
24,061.
So
Wouldn't
we
you
have to
just
add
in
Just if we want to
18?
approve it.
18.
Well, it's this
Yeah,
number that's on here too.
618,
Yeah.
and then this is coming
So
out of
that
a
number
different
is gonna be
department, right? The
impacted.
Yeah, number
retirement.
15.
Yep,
She's getting
41
paid
is
out
coming
of
out
that.
here.
Is that
15.
correct?
Out of the 169.
41
Correct.
and 35, you said
One
it's
si-
not a 15.
What's your current program payroll, 169, what's right here?
Should be right there.
So she's getting paid out of that right now.
Correct.
So that's going to impact this number going forward.
That's why that's
Okay.
why based on his request and the numbers that was on that
Okay.
sheet. And that's actually been more than what, Todd, would
Okay.
you like 168 on that number this year? After on the last time we got together?
I think it was right
So I
around,
think-
yes.
And then
Take
that's what
that number.
Lori come up with, so that number, I'm ready to move it
That
down.
number.
That's
Sorry.
right, 18,
So the
618,
143,
Yeah.
Yep.
in that number, the
And that
difference is
would-
the
Those would be
24,061.
added to
Right.
Todd's.
That gets added there.
Yep,
Then it would be this
but
number
where's her
there,
other salary?
retirement,
Yeah.
Her other salary
get
is
added
coming
into
out
line
of
7.
this one.
Okay.
Okay, she's getting
And then
paid out of this one.
that
That's
number.
going in
Yeah.
Department 15.
So
Yep,
it's
that
just-
one in, on
so
page,
would it
there's another one, I think, on the second
Take-
page.
So it would
Take it
bring-
out of this
That
one
one
and
would
put
go
it
into
in
50.
this one?
And this one
That's
will
what
go
I'm
with
thinking, it's
15.
just a wash,
Or
isn't it?
no, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Help.
that
Or are
one,
they gonna be looking
that
for
one
somebody to
and the other
replace
page.
the
We're gonna go with
That was the case.
Trish, are they looking to replace you in the program if you go to this position?
I understand that I will still work funders, so I'll still work 15 hours in the morning. And then the remainder I'll be in the office.
Now I'm confused.
Yeah.
So 15 hours in Funergy program and 25 hours in the office.
Right.
Okay.
So what you would do, Matt, is take what she's being paid for now out of the program payroll. That would decrease, and then it would move up to the salary line? Is that what you're thinking? Or is she being paid out of both lines?
Both lines. She is
She's-
now.
She's, who's that?
She is now
Oh.
getting paid out of both lines, right?
Right. So it should be like when I do my time card, 50 the
Yes.
funders,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you still would be getting paid out of both lines?
No.
is that
Correct.
right?
No.
Right?
No.
No?
Okay.
I'll all be getting paid out of the same line that I'm getting paid out of.
Okay,
The-
but she still would be working at Funergy?
She'll still be doing furniture, yes.
It just wouldn't be out of the program payroll.
Yeah, she'd be out of the program expenses.
So, and that was where, and Todd and I have gone back and forth with this number as well.
We go back and forth a lot.
Yeah, well, it's kind
I-
of confusing there.
I had proposed to reduce, I said, then if you're doing that, then why can't we reduce the program payroll? And then, so that was the updated number. The numbers we gave you was after we've gone back and forth with it, because we assumed that obviously if she was being funded out of the salaries line, we were gonna be able to reduce the other line
Right.
because we're paying out of that. But then that was where the extra kids we're gonna have 1 to 13, and I said, well, we have it today.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if we were
And so we've
replacing her. in
Todd and I have gone
fund
back
review.
and forth on this repeatedly with this, so that's what you get. Do you have any, can you,
No, all I can say is, that, you know, we had Justine full-time and we covered it and the revenue covered it. I'm just asking.
you had Justine part-time at the last year, because that was when we pulled it.
No, I'm
correct?
saying she was part-time the year before that. And we had no problem covering it with the revenue and stuff like that. Now I have no problem covering it again.
So you covered Justine when it was at $166,000. I'm sorry, at 157.
She was full-time that year, right?
She was, on the 23-24 year at 157, she was full-time.
And then the next year, she went to 16 hours over here.
Yeah,
And
she came,
24 over here.
we were pulling her 2 days a week.
So it was 20 and 20? So her hours were 20 and 20, or?
Because they were 10-hour, they were
Yeah,
10-hour
they-
days here at the time when she started, so I think it was 2 shifts, yes, so
Okay,
20 hours.
20 and 20.
Sorry, what did I say, it's 8, yeah, not 16, but,
It's all right.
So Trish, did I understand you're currently working 31 hours a week?
Correct,
And you're splitting it between Funergy and the office?
correct,
So we're just looking to increase it 9 hours a week, is that right?
Basically.
right.
Just allocating it differently as far as how much time is in the office versus how much time
because
is in
today
the-
she is paid on, out of line 5, out of salaries, for her 16 hours a week.
Yeah,
And Todd wanted to have her take on some additional tasks in the Funergy program, but because that's not where it was budgeted, in in salaries line 5, we worked to say, okay, that if she wants to work some of those, the hours that he had for the hourly people coming in, then we would be able to work and see what we could do to help her out with a few extra hours. And then that's when we applied that to line 6, program payroll. And that's where she came out of for the additional hours, which some weeks it was varying, wasn't it? Some weeks it could be a little bit more, some weeks it was less, but it was, I think, average around 30, maybe a little bit less than that, but, so it varied for the hours week to week that she was working. So, but yes, I hear what so you're saying, ultimately, yes, it's the hours would change a little bit.
Yeah, but then we're adding the retirement and the
But you're adding
insurance.
And all the
retirement.
other things.
Yeah,
But
so there's a lot
she's
more.
she's going, then she'd be going into that line, truly showing 40 hours, and then you're adding he had some wage adjustments, and correct me if I'm wrong, Todd, but with the kids working, you've handled some of the adjustments based on other programs nearby
Correct.
for where they're at.
And other places nearby, so you don't lose too many, you know.
Would you agree that in line 6, Todd, is that more today than what is needed for the program payroll?
Possibly a little, I mean, there's not a lot there, if there's anything extra.
So this program payroll, that's for all your programs, not just the Funergy, right? Okay.
Would that be less if I was full-time, or would that stay?
It might be
Theoretically, it should be, yeah,
a
but
little bit short.
Well, it's 10, that's proposed almost 10,000 increase right there. And you're running, if you're pulling 10 to 12 hours or more out of that program payroll line weekly, that will go away too. So you're averaging, what, $17 an hour for,
For staff,
for staff?
around there, yeah.
It's-
Which is still under what people are getting.
That's another 10,000. So 10,000 increase, and then another 10,608 for 52 weeks at $17 an hour for 12 hours a week so we're at roughly 20,000.
that number? You?
Which one's that?
What Todd was just talking
What you were just talking about? What were you figuring?
So on line 6, program
Right.
payroll,
Right?
on column C, the second column in,
Right?
the 175 is, and if you go to column F,
Yep.
which is 166, it's about
Right.
$10,000 difference right there for an increase.
Right.
For the proposed increase.
Right.
If we take what they're paying at an average of the kids, $17 an hour,
Right.
times the hours she's working.
Right.
For program, that's another $10,000. So that's, which would be, 10,000 out of that.
They'll be reducing it by
Well,
that
right,
amount.
so what I'm saying is that there's a $20,000 difference roughly. So we've gone up 10 and then we're saving another 10. We've gone up 10 and then saving 10,
Okay.
which, so is there more than enough money in that account is the question.
The 185,
Yeah, line 6.
right?
6B or C?
Well, because even on the first column, the 185, that was where you and I came back, and I think you were saying that you needed the extra staff, and I said, I'm just not getting this. We're looking at the numbers based on the students, and that was where the conversation came from, of
Right.
how many students were we at to go up from 166 to 185
Could there
and
be an
add more
extra-
hours.
Could there be extra hours? Yes. And then, not every hour is listed out of everything that we do. We have a luncheon, and we all go do the luncheon. There's no line, that will go work in the luncheon. There's something at the park, a few of us might go to the park, and not everything's listed, so it's, it all.
But for
comes out.
my simple mind, I'm still not getting where the hell we're going with any of this. If we're removing the hours she's working
From Funergy.
from Funergy and putting them into salaries, wouldn't that reduce this $185,000 number by whatever the hours are?
That he's proposing.
It should.
Well, so our numbers were based on obviously not adding the full-time.
Right.
And
Right.
so obviously there's two different columns of numbers. When, on his column B, the 143 includes the full-time assistant rec director and increased wages for program payroll.
Yep,
And additional hours for
okay,
more staff to cover the afternoons.
all right.
On our column, we were anticipating that you're gonna make some adjustments, and if you brought in a student, or you brought in somebody for extra hours in the afternoon, but you also have, if she's full-time at that point, then I'm assuming you've split the hours, so I would
Okay.
agree that, and that's what I'm saying, if Todd, if we can look at the number, can that 1,675 go down?
If you're saying, could I meet you in the middle, maybe at 180 or somewhere around there?
Well, it's already at 175.
It's not in the middle.
The recommended.
Yeah, so you're going up another
So
5,000.
you made the adjustment.
Well, we were anticipating, so I guess if you're talking about labor hours, you're talking about going up another $5,000 right then.
Are we bringing on more people for the programs?
We're bringing talking about an extra staff member in the afternoon.
Just one?
Right.
Okay.
But like we talked about before, that the revenue will cover it. I'm not asking for anything that I don't believe.
No, I'm just trying to make
No, no, I'm
sense of
just
the
saying.
numbers
in my
here.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
I just want to make it clear that
Yeah.
I'm not asking for anything that I think was going to put my department
Yeah.
in negative.
No, I'm just trying to make
Because
sense
I
of the
think
numbers,
that's,
because
I
they
think
don't.
that's important.
So that 175 is based off the supporting document sheet that you gave us.
And that would be adding the additional person that is.
Afternoon.
That we had not calculated that, because we didn't anticipate that
Okay.
on our end.
This program, this sheet right here shows the 185 and what makes up the 185.
How many hours would this additional position that you're adding to?
Excuse me, 15 hours a week.
15 hours a week.
Right.
So that's an additional. So we're reducing her, would we be You're less hours in Funergy if you go full-time, is that correct, or no? No. Okay.
So you'd still be 16 doing administrative work?
Well, I'd be doing 25
25.
and then 15 in Funergy.
Okay.
So the
I
one
feel like we keep
person,
going back and forth on that. So she's not getting paid out of just one line? She would still be getting paid out
And
of
on
two?
two,
No, she's,
No, should we get paid?
Should be paid out.
If you get, if the people voted it, let's say it all goes through and gets approved, she'll be getting paid out of the same line as myself, just one line.
so
so
the,
then we do need to take the program payroll down.
That's
We can't
how
have
I
both.
look
Can't
at
have
it.
it in both lines.
We can't have both.
That
no,
was basically
you
what I
can't
was
have it in
getting
both
at.
lines. But then, if you hire
So
that
that would
one
be the
person,
175,
if they hire one person, what would that be? 15 hours?
15
For them,
hours.
3 hours a day?
15 hours, yep.
Okay.
What is that?
But that's in there. I'll agree with the 175.
And it's 42 weeks?
Yeah.
It's about 10,700 for the additional.
10,000.
10/7?
That's the 10,000 the difference.
Never mind adding the 18 and the,
Because you'd have to add in.
so you're,
the
but you're still
retirement to his
$10,000 higher
retirement
than
line.
what you had before, because
Right.
we increased it 10,000, and she's using it, and her 10,000 is coming out of that line and going to salaries.
right.
Correct.
So it's a $20,000 difference in that line.
Right, that's way out.
I still think you're 10,000, I think you're still roughly $10,000
Yeah.
above. Because if that's being funded in full-time line, then you're still $10,000, roughly.
Yeah, because we would be moving her 16 hours or 15 hours out of Funergy into payroll.
And then you had this one.
Was that as clear as mud, or is
And
that?
this one,
Yeah, the
and you just
18.
department.
Pretty much.
And the 1938.
Pretty
No,
much.
19 goes out of department.
Is it 3568?
Yeah, just the 3568 because
Okay,
the
that one.
health insurance.
This one goes out of 15.
Out of
Oh, I've got
15.
that right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we don't get that, so
Yeah.
that's
So
fine.
35,
This
68.
goes here,
Yeah.
and then this.
We've
Department 15.
22,
And
186.
this.
Let's just calculate it, because my numbers aren't lining up.
You take it.
Is that 175 is what she did, she's,
Yes, this
She's
is
re-
based
Just
off
the-
of
just
these
the-
two
the
from these.
benefits.
And it's based off of this, not going
22,
with
186,
this.
okay.
That's why it's
Yeah, but
like-
this is at Todd's. That's line 15.
No, that's 55. That's what I.
No, the health insurance comes out of 15, right?
15.
Yeah.
15, okay.
Yeah.
It's health insurance and the FICA.
And the FICA, so the only thing is just
With 35.
the 35, okay.
Yeah.
The 30, is it 35 or 3369 that you,
Well, let's, worst case scenario, let's do the 35.
main purpose is at 30,
Yeah.
35?
3568.
Yep.
But then we have to revisit the other one, the other department.
Line 15.
Yeah.
Or you could just vote that whatever the taxes come out to be, that to change the total of the.
Of
of
Department
the-
15.
You could vote it that way, so you don't. Because she would just, Laura would figure the FICA and all that stuff.
But we have those numbers right down there, boy, so if you did, those numbers would be added to it automatically.
Okay, all right. All right.
All right, so if we are going to authorize, if we're going to agree with Todd's proposal, I want to make sure I get this right before I entertain any motions. We're going to take line 6 is going to be changed to 175,661. Is that correct?
Yep, that's what we're choosing.
If this is what we're choosing, so, and if, again, if that's the route we're taking, then line 7 we are going to add 3568. And then we would do a separate motion to add line 35 and line 41 to Department 15.
So we would be looking at, just so I know,
So line 5 would need to change then.
line 5 would be 143, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Line 6 would be the 175,
Right?
and line 7, would that change? Yes,
Yeah,
that would add the 3568.
that would be 9264.
9264.
Okay, it's too many numbers here.
Right?
I can't add. Okay. 143, 329, so I come up with a 328, 254 for the total.
What was your total?
328, 254? Not the total, though, just there's
Oh,
personnel services.
What'd you get for a total?
my total is 440,892.
Mine is not, so let me try it again.
What'd you say yours was?
Mine's close.
440,892. I added in the 2461 and you got the same thing?
Yep.
And then I added in
What's the number?
the 3568.
2461, and then you added in the,
I thought the 3560, oh, okay, I added the wrong number.
so the 185 goes to 175. Is that what you?
2762.
Yeah, we would approve line C for 6.
Then the
Column C.
retirement line would change to 9264.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that what you got?
Yeah, that's what I'm coming up with, look.
I got 442,291.
That's what I came up with too.
Okay, hold on.
What numbers did you use?
So
I
I
just
took
wanna
the
make sure mine-
448,
Yeah,
I took out the 185 and added in the
What was your number,
175.
John?
I got
Okay.
442,291.
And then
The long and the short of
I
it is,
added in the 35.
the difference between the 185 and the 175 is 99.45. So I subtracted that from the 448,668 and added 3568 to it.
Yeah. That's what I came up with. I did it a different way, but it came up with the same numbers.
What do you come up with, Laura?
Not sure I did it right, 452, 236?
No, we're not increasing it at all.
You're not?
No, because we're,
You're doing the 143,000, and you're changing the 5696 to 9264,
yeah,
and then you're adding So that changes the grand total to 338,199, is that correct?
Line 6 went down to 175.
Yeah, line 6, we're at 175,
Went down to-
661.
Oh, right.
175.
Yeah,
C's number.
175, sorry.
661 is.
Okay.
That's
what I had.
right,
Six.
okay.
I took the 413, 263,
Minus,
and I added the difference, which was the 24,061, plus the 35,68, because the 175 is already included in that total. And I get 440,892.
That's what I have too.
and I got 442,291.
Unless
Yeah,
I.
that's what I came up with.
442,291?
Yeah.
That's what I got.
That's what I got, that's what Debbie
That's
got.
what we all got.
442?
442,291. So I did the 143, I kept that. I changed the 185,606 to 175,661.
Yep,
I changed the 5,696
Are you leaving?
to
We took
9,264.
this number,
Yeah.
not this one.
And then added everything else. And it
Correct.
came-
We took
yeah.
this
Yeah,
number
so
and
I-
moved it over here.
So if you take this number and this number, that was the
So
20,
what you
that's
got
that
for the
number.
difference?
Correct.
Okay, so hypothetically, if you take
All right.
that
Yep.
plus that
Yep.
is that, right? So
Let me see.
143,
You came out with-
329.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus I'm gonna add this
Just
to
forget
that.
this. Okay, take that one, and then you take, so you take this number,
No,
take,
I wanna take that away.
well, add the 24,000 to that.
I wanna take that away.
So all I did.
Then you've got to add
Yeah, I
this
wanna
one.
take that away.
Mine got-
Which
Yeah,
will
we're
give you
gonna-
that.
Yeah, but hold on, so if you just take, add, where's your machine? Where's your machine right there?
No, I do by hand.
Okay, so take 24,061
The 35,68.
Correct.
plus 413,268
To get you to that number.
Okay.
263, yeah,
plus your retirement.
which is 19,
No, wait, yeah, retirement.
3568.
Is 3568.
Those are all going to Department 15.
Take those three numbers.
Oh, wait a minute, isn't 3568?
3568 goes to line 6, so, excuse me, 7.
That's to the retirement line 7, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the 3568.
12,
Yeah.
But the 18,000 and the FICA
That's
all
for
goes to
Department
Department 15.
Debbie, let me show you, can I show you what I was adding mine real quick? So I just took the 119
Yep.
and the difference is
Yeah.
24, so I just put 20, I added 24 into this box, right?
Mhm.
Or add 24 up here someplace, whatever.
Mhm.
And then if you just add in that one number over here,
Mhm.
that gets you the 420 number, or the 440 number. What'd you come up with? Same number.
So we get to the same number, just. you're-
No, it's $2,000 difference, I don't know, so there's something else in this column that's, if you're using that, we're using that number to begin with,
Mhm.
yeah, there's something with that 448 in that column,
Oh, okay.
there's something different.
In what
Your
column?
utilities are 1,000 higher than his.
Oh, yeah, you've got difference in utilities,
Yep.
but I only changed the,
That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's what I got.
So we
What
should
was
be
the
up
number that you
now.
got?
But
And
we're
his
still-
program expenses are higher than yours.
So 900 there.
Oh, yeah, those are different too.
And those are the different two. Okay, I see what you're.
So I was taking it from this number, that 440 number, if you're taking it from this number,
Yep.
that's a different column.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what I did to get that number.
All right, so we should be looking at,
Now we're on the right page, same, we know what we're talking about at least.
What was the final number? Do we agree on a number?
I'm still mathing.
I like Laura's number, it's the same as mine.
I'm redoing it.
From this column.
Yeah, Matt was using column C, but some of those numbers are different than Todd's number.
Yeah, I still get
I was
442,
basing it off
291.
of
There we go. That's
So
the number.
I
So, yeah, I guess it
added
depends on
the,
who I was using.
I added
This
like
is the-
5, 6, and 7,
So
I added it by
440,
143, 329, 175,
Yeah.
661, and
Well, that's what
9264.
Todd told me he
And
got.
that comes to 328,
What is the
254.
difference in the programming?
And then I just
See that
added
one
the
there?
4,000, the
Right.
4,000, the
That's
even.
4,500, and then the
We're using this, and
101,
they're using
537 to come to
That's
the
right.
442,
Yeah.
291, unless we want to go with the utilities on the side of Matt's side. He has a different,
And
he
we
has a
got program
higher.
expenses that are different there too, by about $2,300.
Yeah, so there's some differences,
Yeah.
so. Are we going, so you gotta decide which column you're going with on the other stuff.
And the program expenses, Todd, I thought that was the other one that you came back to us and told us that you had a couple of, the costs were different, and that's, we
Yeah,
drove.
We cut something out.
We drove, most of these numbers were originally driven by, well, the 1675 was originally 168. We added more money into it.
Right,
It's
then
based on
we
your
sta-
sheet.
Then in Laura's office, we started cutting everywhere possible.
There's also a difference in the utilities, Matt.
Yep.
It's higher in your side, and then the unclassified,
Classified is higher.
yeah, less on Matt's side.
So the happy
Echo
medium
here.
is
Sorry.
448.92, is that right?
I'm just trying to,
Laura,
I'm just trying to make it
You're too
straight,
easy.
straight in my mind, sorry.
So you came
whatever
up
way
with
you guys want.
448.92, correct, Matt?
So if we wanted to add the utilities in
448.92.
plus 900.
448.92.
That's what I had for
Yes.
number.
So are we choosing the
And that's all.
utilities on Matt's side? Is that what you guys are doing?
Well, Laura, just give them 2 seconds, they're talking it out.
Okay.
That's what they're doing.
Oh, okay, sorry. I apologize.
So if we want to add, 900 to the 442, 291, if you want to add 900, then we'll go with Matt's utilities, because Todd doesn't have anything to do with that.
I have nothing, yeah, I don't know where yeah, I had nothing to do with that, correct.
So if we add
So
900
if we
then to the
add
442, 291.
And we'll go with the utilities on lines, column C.
So everything on column C, if we take that, add,
So you come up with 443,
Type in this column, or I don't want to do that yet. I want to just type it in this column.
Matt, did you come out with 448.92?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is now?
Debbie,
Mhm.
if you want to just give me the numbers, I'll plug them into the Excel document on your column real quick, and it'll give you the total, if you want to just run down through there.
Okay,
If you just give me the numbers, we'll type them right in.
all right, so,
I'm on line 6. I've already got the 143, 329 in.
okay, then we would do 175, 661,
175, 661.
yeah,
Yep.
and then hold on, I got a math on this.
Oh, retirement.
9264.
9264, yeah.
9264.
Yep,
Okay. Line 9,
Line by
travel.
line.
500,
Yep,
2,000 for line 10,
yep.
1,500
Oh, yep.
for, and then 1,000 for line 13, line 14 is 1,000, line 15 is 1,000.
Line
15 is 2,000.
14 is 1,000.
Yep,
In both columns.
yep.
And then 1,000 in the next column.
15 is
2,000.
2,000.
Oh, 15 is 2,000?
Yeah,
Sorry, 2,000.
yeah. 3,000 is line 17,
Yep.
These are Matt's numbers, okay, all right.
18 is 2,400.
2,400.
Yep.
Yep.
Then we go to line 22, which is 2,500,
Yep.
4,700 for line 24.
Yep.
77,838
Okay.
for 24. Then we're down to line 30, which is 9,200.
9200.
Yep, and
Yep.
then 5,000 is line 31.
Okay.
Yeah. So you moved this, we'll do this. For the
Okay.
electricity, you use Matt's. Okay. No, Todd never gets the bills.
Your grand
No, I
total
know.
is 440,892.
Okay, that's what I wrote down.
That's what I got.
I think that was the same number I had initially.
I'll stop.
It is, but we didn't realize there was differences on the other side.
We gotta go around
Well, it
Robinson's
keeps on
barn
going,
before we
it
get
keeps on
there.
going down. Oh, my God.
448.92, right?
448.92.
44892.
If we do this a couple more times, I'll be writing you a check.
We all on the same page?
Yep, and then the other, line 35 and line 41 would be coming out of,
You'd have to add 24,124 into, I'm sorry, Or 24,000. Did you write that down?
No, you're talking about for 15?
8
And 19.
plus 1938. 20,556.
Yeah, that's what I get. To the insurance lines, right?
So that's all gonna go to Department 15.
Number 15.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You want to add those up again, or?
I'm good with that number.
I have no battery left on my calculator here.
So are we in agreement that's where we want to be? To enable Todd to get his full-time employee and manage his department?
I am.
Makes sense.
I'm okay.
So, on that note, do I have a motion then to approve Department 55 Recreation's budget at $440,000, $892? Second? If no more discussion, all in favor? So,
And then do we have to motion about?
then, we also, having made those
Associated
changes
costs?
to Department 55, the line 35, the health insurance, and line 41, the FICA, which totaled $20,556, needs to be applied to Department 15. Do I have a motion?
I motion.
I'll second.
And if no discussion, all those in favor? That takes care of that. I believe-
Phew.
Todd, no
We
more
made
questions,
it.
no more questions.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Todd.
You all set? No?
I am, yes, thank you.
Set? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Todd.
you so
You're
much.
welcome.
See, it wasn't 3 hours.
I told you to.
It was gonna be a marathon here.
So now, Matt, we want to, we got this, the memo here from the Ossipee Mountain Snowmobile Club.
So real quick explanation for this. A few months back, we received this memo from the Snowmobile Club. Obviously, you see the dates that they charted out here, or
Yeah.
the memo 2020, 21, and 23. So and for some reason, we skipped a year and we paid him and then we didn't pay him. This is the funds that we received from registrations from the Snowmobile, correct?
Yep.
And it should, theoretically, they should submit a letter to us and then we cut them a check.
Right.
And reimburse them. It didn't happen. They didn't submit us anything and we just don't randomly look to say, okay, you know.
You're not looking to give money away.
Well, so there needs to be a request, and we explained that to them, and I think there was some confusion because in years past, I think that we may have done that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
There was some other, whatever, it is what it is. Those are the totals. Amber had gone back to what we received and dug those up, and it was 670606. So there's two thoughts of if we can, I don't know if we can have that conversation, if we can make it happen this year, then we were originally going to try to do that, but because it happened in 3 prior years, to put that as a separate article in the warrant. So worst case is we were going to put that in the unclassified section. Had you created a line for that, Laura?
No, because I didn't have any figures, so I didn't know what to.
No, I just thought there was a blank line, sorry.
No, I can add it.
So that's what we would propose, to put that 670606 for now.
So that,
And if we have to pull it up, we can.
that'll get you
That'll catch them,
Then.
that'll catch them up
Be
for those
caught up.
prior 3 years that we owe the money for.
a question on the policy, which is obviously set by the state of Maine. Do you give them all the snowmobile registration fees?
However, they figure out the percentage, they send us an amount.
The state gives you a number,
Yes, yep, and then we give it to the Snowmobile Club.
and you give it to the snowmobile club.
And then it goes towards trail maintenance and.
Which is fine.
Their stuff.
No
And I
problem
think,
there.
yeah, and, you know, like.
It's the law, so that's fine, but whose responsibility is it to see that Waterboro pays these guys every year?
So originally, it was every year that they would come with a plan for fire roads and fire road maintenance and
Mhm.
come up with a plan. And when that triggered us to say, well, I'm going from back several years ago.
Sure.
which, years ago, the road commissioner and the fire chief would receive the letter basically saying, these are the roads we're working on, or the access roads. And whether it was Ospey Hill Road or whatever it may be at the
Yeah.
time. And, yep, sounds like a great idea. It wasn't, we're not talking big money in the year
Yeah.
to get out there and do work, because it's only, you know, $2,200 a year
Yeah.
thereabouts, or $2,000. So it wasn't
They're
taking.
not making any money.
They're not going far.
No.
And, yeah, we missed it, I guess it was last year, the year before, you know, the $2,000. We also needed a letter from them, I think one of them was back towards the end of COVID. So, these are funds we have received.
That's fine.
We've received them, so, but,
So, is there there's no question it's owed. I was getting to the, you know, do we have a dispersing agent? How do we pay that?
if they.
If they don't submit a bill, but we know, you know, if there's
We
an
know
alarm,
we owe them.
if there's an alarm on
That's
someone's
we know
calendar
now.
that says, hey, we
We
can
know
do
what now.
this. That's what I'm getting at.
I think what the problem was is after it went from the fire department, after they did it,
Yeah,
took care of it, it went to a previous employee.
okay, yeah.
That doesn't work here anymore, and,
Right. So
and,
it fell between the cracks.
and then when that person left.
Yep,
Yeah, it just kinda,
okay, all right.
because we thought it came as an invoice, we had no idea, because
Yep.
we never saw it.
Yep.
It just went from them to that person.
Okay, I get it. No problem. And then, shame on them.
And that was what we had that conversation saying, hey, you know, certainly if come the end of the year and you're doing your books.
Yeah.
And you haven't received your budget amount of $2,200 or $2,000 or whatever the allotment
Yeah.
was, just reach out to us, because we have time still. And so.
It's not a real good way to do business, saying, you owe us 3
And
years.
we've had constant you know, with Mr. Keith, and we've talked to him back and forth, and, you know, I know that they're looking for this money because they're doing trail
Well, I
work.
get it, yeah.
And I know it's part of their operational cost, but I think on year 2022, I would have realized that.
Someone should have picked up on
I
that.
would have like,
then.
where's the money from last year?
Yeah,
And
right.
here we are, but we weren't getting a request, so it's not like, you know, on the other hand, if you're not doing work, we just gotta bang on the door to say, hey, what work are you doing? Because we don't have the resources to do that either.
Yeah.
It's
So
on
you-
both sides.
So you have an option
Absolutely,
then,
yeah.
you have a plan to take care of this.
Well, a tickler to remind us, and that's how we remind, with the reminders and the tasks.
Well, in other
Hey,
words, right now, you got a plan to take care of the $6,700 from whatever.
Well, we would take it out of their funds that it came in, and just,
Yep.
just spend it out and send it back to them. If we can do it in this fiscal year budget, that's where we wanted to do it, but we're not sure that we can technically do that because it was in prior years,
Okay,
unless we have,
So it has to go into this.
unless we had funds, unless the board approved in the last 3 months that they wanted to move money at that point, and we're not to that point.
okay,
But because of the budget process, we want to at least get you guys involved.
okay.
Would it just be easier at the end of the year to move that money across and just pay them?
I
Than to
hope-
put
I
it in
would-
this one?
I would love to help them as soon as we can. I mean, they're working with us to use the Snowmobile Club.
Right.
We've done the luncheons there.
Yep.
They don't charge us for that. I think what they're doing, it makes sense.
Mm.
And there was money that was owed to them before. It was on both sides. I mean,
Yeah, there's no
not this
dispute we owe
treasurer,
the
but
money.
No,
the
we
treasurer we
owe
had
it.
before, we should,
Yeah.
there should be
Yeah.
things we should have done.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is.
So we don't need to do anything, you just want us to know.
I want you to know, but you,
Yeah.
well, do we need them to?
I know, I think where we're at is, what if we don't have the money?
Mm-hmm,
And we were thinking about putting it under the agencies, so it's there.
mm-hmm,
And if it's not spent, it's kind of a
mm-hmm.
wash.
Mhm.
So what are we doing?
I would say, if we can create a line in 60, I would love to have your recommendation as we move forward, whether it's for this year or next year.
Okay,
Is Department 60?
Can you, I don't want to create a line.
Department 95.
Thank you.
Mine
You're
will
welcome.
die, so I don't want to make any,
So
sorry.
we're like,
If you write.
So I
like
would
at the bottom.
probably add it under the lake stewards, the next
Yeah.
line. I create a line there.
oh, you already did that?
No, I said I will.
Should have
Create
to.
a line
Oh,
after
right
the
below
lake.
Lake Stewards?
Yeah,
Okay.
and just add it in there.
Oh, right down there.
So then you gotta change the totals again.
So does the fiscal year 24, 25, 26 need to be part of this, or does no?
We have not received the funds yet. So once we do, we know, we'll go ahead.
Okay, so we'll just put it.
You'll be looking
You wanna
for it.
just put it down on line
Exactly.
31 or whatever?
Yes.
You wanna just call that Ospey Mountaineer Snowmobile Club? What do you wanna do, Laura? How do we phrase that?
Oh, I'm just gonna put, prior, I'll put the years maybe if you want.
Okay.
2020 to 2024 snowmobile, whatever it's called,
Ospey Mountaineer Snowmobile Club.
yeah.
You want a number in there, Matt? You want us to put the 670606 in there?
Yeah, 670606, please.
So, I'm looking for a motion then to add a
To which-
line in Department 95 unclassified, line 31.
To which column?
We're gonna put them in, we'll just add it to the,
They're two different numbers, the columns.
Oh, we're gonna add it to the budget committee.
the TA one.
Budget
and-
committee.
The TA finance and
Yeah.
budget committee columns, we'll put it in both.
Right there.
So they're
Okay.
both, it'll be both identical.
Column D then, right? Is that what it is, or C? I can't.
It's D.
D.
It should be in D.
Yeah.
But Matt said he's gonna add it to C too, I think.
Yeah, I'll just, yeah. Which one impact them?
And we're gonna, this could be Ospey Mountains Snowmobile Club, and the number is 670606.
So that new total will be.
I just added.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
It's up to you now.
Because this wasn't, I don't know, because now it includes that.
Yeah.
So it's changed that number and that number.
So the total should be 864047.
What? 864.
I was doing line 502.
You what?
5.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? The,
You doing the grade?
oh, I'm in the
column,
wrong
Matt?
spot.
Yes.
Never mind, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. 864. Sorry about that. Jeez.
Eight six four five four seven, is that right?
864047.
And 6 cents.
What line are you adding it to?
Right here. It's taking that total and that.
Okay.
How come it doesn't do that when I go?
It doesn't always do it. I thought it was because my computer's about to die, but it was.
All right, so
If
you need a
double-click
motion,
there.
do you need a motion for that, Laura?
Double click.
To add it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. See.
John, can I ask a question? There's
Yes.
a couple of other ones in that, not in the classified, but in that department that I have questions on. Before we vote on a total amount, can we talk about it?
Sure.
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta catch up with the one out there. This is,
The big group home that we just got.
You have a question on 95? Department 95?
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I don't want to vote on a total.
so what's your question?
In line 501, Matt, you said the Board of Selectmen is currently recommending eliminating the contracts. So we probably should decide on that number before we put a total number in there. I mean, they've been working on this for what, 6 months to a year, whether to get rid of the sheriffs and stuff like that, right?
Are you talking about you talking line?
Contract, sheriff, 501.
501.
Where's 501?
In the full group that.
She's talking about the contract deputies.
5670, that's on line
Contract
5? Yeah.
Line 5, yeah?
5670, yeah.
Okay.
Because it says Board of Selectmen currently recommends eliminating the contracts. And I know they've been talking about this
Where do you have that?
in the big group draft 4.
She's talking about the contract deputy line.
I see that, I'm not seeing the notes she's seeing with it,
It says
Well,
two
they-
contract
Dot
deputies,
tonight,
and
that's
then
what
it
we
says.
so as of
like-
today, the Board of Selectmen have not made a decision to eliminate the deputies. They've taken no official vote or action.
Because they're recommending it, eliminating it.
They have not recommended eliminating it either yet.
Well, that's what it says.
I don't know, I don't have that on the spreadsheet here.
No.
Yeah, it is. It's on the spreadsheet.
I think recommends is probably the wrong word in here. I think they are investigating eliminating it.
I didn't put it in there, that
Where is
was
it?
put in there.
Where is that one?
So we just got it tonight.
Yeah, I don't have that at all.
I don't have either.
I don't even know what that is.
It's on the main spreadsheet, but I didn't, you must have put it in there. 'cause I didn't. Is
Oh,
it
that's
in there?
February.
No, that's why we're confused.
That's what we don't
That's
see
from
it.
last year's meeting, last year's.
Oh, maybe I took it out of this one after they voted on, when they were discussing it. Maybe, I don't know, but it's on the main sheet.
Oh, on the front page?
Yeah, the front,
Gotcha.
the total.
They've had conversations and.
I didn't put it there, so
um,
it's been there.
But they've made no decision for that.
None whatsoever.
My gut feeling is that.
I would recommend taking it out.
What's
Yeah, I'll
that?
take that out.
I would recommend taking it out.
Taking the wording out?
No, the whole sheriff line.
Well, the problem
Oh, I don't
is,
think we
you know,
can-
as Dennis has said at a couple of meetings, the public in the June election voted overwhelmingly to keep the service available.
But that's for this year. That's not for,
Correct, but they're
July
supporting,
1.
my point is, the selectmen, I believe, have to do some selling and
but
educating
do
before
the
they
people
can
know
do
what
that.
they're getting and not getting?
That's correct, that's what the selectmen need to make that clear, and right now, they support the program, it's almost like the plowing contract, they don't know what's going on, and I would tend to think,
And I think that the 240, we've reduced that from where we were. So I'll give you some back end what we've learned from this as well. We have a contract, and then we also have the estimates for the deputies. And we've tried to analyze the data of how many hours a week they're getting. I can't tell you that exactly how many hours a week they're patrolling Waterboro, because the estimates are different than what they're actually we're paying out, that Amber writes a check for every quarter.
Okay.
So our quarterly check is less. I don't know how many hours those are. I've asked for that data from York County. I actually sent a message this morning to follow up with the county manager as well to see if we could, we talked about it 2 weeks ago. In the estimate, they anticipate liabilities that are owed to them, or that potentially could be incurred for PTO time or anything else that's associated with those two positions. So those estimates are purely that, estimates, not the contract. And so that became a challenge for us, because we were looking at it saying, okay, well, you know, if Amber's writing the check and paying this quarter, and we're paying it, what was it, 50,000?
Yep.
So 50,000 for the quarter, right, and that was in the question to the county manager this morning. Am I safer to say that we're closer to $200,000? I can't get that I didn't get that back out of them yet. But I think there is a lot of conversation with contract deputies at the county government level. I watch, I don't know if you guys want to watch it, there's a meeting, the county commissioner's meeting from maybe a week and a half ago now. Is it interesting just to watch that? There's some challenges across the board. The real question that the board has had is how do we sell this, or how do we convey this message? Because we are getting a certain level of service. Are we getting the true 80 hours a week? We don't know, because if they get pulled, are they getting pulled as much? We're being told no. We have found there's been the new deputy, actually was here the other night.
Yep.
He's been to every meeting since he's come on board. His traffic stops this month are 47 stops.
Is he ticketing them or just giving them warnings?
I don't know. I mean, in either case, you're getting more compliance by the stops and
Right.
interaction
The
with
stop
people.
service just.
I'd
is
rather,
effective.
just my opinion would be is I don't think that you can have that, I am obviously a law enforcement guy to stop cars either, but, you're getting some compliance, you're engaging with those public, but rather than slapping tickets to everybody, I'm not sure it's the answer either. But, I think the board has struggled with this. Not speaking for them, but we've gone back and forth with it. And I honestly think that if you watch the meeting from the county manager, this might be kind of pushed in the direction from the county level where we're gonna be in the future, because I think they're finding challenges with it. And maybe it will be reshaped at the county level. Waterboro is certainly too small not to be doing something. And what that answer is, we don't have that crystal ball, and it's not like we can't afford a police department of our own right now, because we're talking several $1 million. I don't have the answer for you for that, honestly.
Okay.
But,
I'll take that wording out.
I think the wording,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
just,
Taking
that
that out
tells
is
us that
probably
they want
better,
to do
yeah.
away with it, so.
and that was,
mean-
I think those were initial workshop conversations that we had from the beginning when we were
Right.
creating this. And so I would like to see us I'm hopeful that 240 is even less.
yeah,
I actually wasn't really making many changes with it right now, only because I believe line 7 is too low. That was the county tax portion. We talked about it last week. I believe that is going to be too low.
The 540.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that if we can get the other one down low enough, that it'll be a wash. That's my hope.
yeah.
And my other question was in the Taylor House, the agreement for 25, that was questionable last week.
So we do have a letter of intent that we're working on, that the board wants us to draft. And that was for about $20,000, but it will not need to be done for this budget portion yet.
Okay, so we're gonna pay them for the room, are we giving them a donation on top of paying for the room?
We haven't even got close to those logistics for the
You haven't, okay.
negotiations, no. And I'm sorry, that number I just gave you was what was originally on a draft letter that they provided to the board to talk about last week at the meeting.
Okay.
We haven't even got to that point yet.
Okay.
Other than they're looking for a letter of intent that they can use for some of their financing, that they have someone to rent space.
So we'll.
Do you want me to
down-
take that wording out about the 25,000 HS building agreement, or just keep that there? I guess it's okay, because we're just doing the 10,000 for the table.
Why don't Laura, we can review that after, just make a note of that, highlight it, we'll go back to it, because that's not on the page, that's not on the individual sheet, you must be on the front page again. That front page was an update.
Are you on 95?
I'm on Department 95, yes.
So in the years to come, we'll do the agreement and then still give them money?
It was
On
the
top
other
of
day.
that?
There was some money in there that was also for upgrades or repairs to the Taylor House itself, and I think that was, what, $5,000?
Because we were
Was last
5,000
Yeah, we
for
were
years, and we
5.
went to 10,000 last year because they were having some work done.
Yeah, so I think that may level out as we move forward.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be one of the ways you figure out how to skin a cat.
So, I mean, that may drop 5,000 if we're adding,
Yep.
so.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so getting back to our, initially, we were going to, I'm looking for a motion to add a line in Department 95, line 31, Ossipee Mountaineer Snowmobile Club. In column D, we were going to add 670606. Looking for a motion.
I motion.
A second.
And if there's no more discussion, all in favor? There we are. And what else do we have on our little list here, Matt?
I don't believe there's any other unfinished business that I'm aware of.
We're just gonna wait and hear from the, your county.
Yeah, and I will give, if and when we hear from them, we'll,
Huh?
If we do, last year, they didn't do it until after we were done with our
We had to come
budget.
back for a little
They were
quick,
late last year.
but they are leading you to believe it's gonna be in the 10% range.
That's what, and that was in that video as well.
And then we need a school budget.
Well, school budget is out of our hands.
Yeah, that will come, that will come as, that was the last one we got too.
Yeah.
And we're gonna work, so our next project will be, is that we're gonna work on the revenue report and hopefully see where we're at. I believe that based on some of the projections and the data that Amber's already put in, that we're higher in several revenue lines that will actually help us moving forward next year. We're hiring EMS for one. Actually, EMS, we're actually quite a bit higher in this line. Todd's revenue line we'll have to take into consideration for his, to make sure we're applying more for that. And some of those, obviously, with the programs, if we're not bringing those dollars in, then some of the programs, we're not spending money out. So, yeah.
That
it was-
even like our investment interest.
Interest is significant. Amber worked with the bank, and we're up to 3.5% now. So we're doing well on interest for that. What was the number around year to date?
Like what we,
Yeah.
for actual, so we budgeted 40,000, we're at 82,000 and change.
Found the money.
We're double.
So, yeah, that was good.
And the year before was 9,000 and we got 85, and we're already at 82 at January.
Yeah, because we started that, was it,
It was 1.5 when I started, and I got them to go up to 3% in February, and I got them to go up a 0.5% this year. So we're at
you go to
3.5.
the previous, oh, you.
Oh, and then the one before that was 0.3%.
When the budget's totally completed, it will be put on the website
Yeah,
for the public.
yeah. Are all the, has he been uploading the sheets individually now?
No.
We'll get them, we'll get them.
But he's got all
Once they're all
the
correct.
minutes, the agendas, and he's got the January 22nd full one up there, but not,
But
he hasn't
yes.
put the other one up.
We'll get it there. I think we had them up there last year too, I think
Yes.
by meetings.
Okay.
And then we can look at the schedule and come back to meet with you guys if need be in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And so, because the goal will be to have, I don't know if we'll have it all to them on the 18th. Worst, best case scenario is, I think the realistic,
March?
the first meeting in March, I think it's March 4th, I think it's the same as February, right?
Yeah.
So,
March 4th.
yeah, so March 4th up to the board, and then they can take their action, and then we'll have to have it, they'll have to vote on it the next month. So April, I think it's April 1st, is the first meeting in April. They have to make their action, so.
All right. Anything else?
We have to vote on the minutes.
Oh, yes. Motion to approve the minutes from February 3rd? February 3rd. Diane, a second. Tom? All those in favor? And the big one. Motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
2 seconds.
All those in favor? Here we go.